Toronto has come to town as Boston hosts their third straight game against a divisional opponent. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Boston Bruins action, where they will be hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have been struggling as of late, but so haven't the Bruins. The Bruins lost Saturday night against Montreal, unable to score against Carey Price. It was a night where B's shooters were bottled up, and the Bruins just did not look like themselves. If it's one key to tonight's game, it's to create offense and attack with speed. Boston excels best when attacking in the zone with speed. Getting too cute with the puck and making too many passes often lead to more turnovers with this team. Interestingly enough, Boston's defense has tightened up a lot since the turnover fest they had in Ottawa last week. However, that being the key to last game against Montreal will still be in effect for this one tonight. In the Eastern Conference, the Bees still hold on to the second seed, while Washington is 1 point behind and Pittsburgh continues to thwomp teams. However, the Northeast Division appears to be one of the toughest in hockey, as all three teams hold the 6th position or better. Claude will need to make some serious adjustments in the offense tonight if the Bruins want to turn around their pitiful January. Being able to limit mistakes and create better offensive flow will be the two driving factors in tonight's game. Tuukka Rask will be getting the nod in net to try and change up the Bruins' luck. James Reimer will oppose him for Toronto. The puck will drop shortly, but first, a word from our sponsors.
He's not dead. This is what years of drug and alcohol abuse have done to him.
Ow!
Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Puck dropping here, Toronto versus Boston. Two teams that have been struggling as of late. And as we harped on before, Boston's going to have a better looking offense tonight and still keep the defense tight. As already Tuukka Rask looking at a shot in on him that he was in perfect position to save. Tim Connolly, one of the newer arrivals to Toronto coming from Buffalo a couple years back, has the skills to afford to be pretty special in this type of offense. As Toronto maintains the puck, shot on Rask was a save and it's shot in! Toronto able to draw first blood very early on in this game. It's Nazem Kadri, his third of the season, and young up-and-comer finally getting some legitimate starts on this Toronto roster, and Tuukka had made an awkward save to begin that led to a rebound, and Boston unable to clear the puck out, and now once again they're looking uphill in this game as the passing just looks sloppy. Boston's going to have to really readjust here quickly. That's Brad Marchand into the zone quick, takes it behind the net, goes Jordan front goal! Brad Marchand scores one of the flukiest goals you'll ever see. And this game has weird written all over it, and we're not even 4 minutes into it. Brad Marchand takes this puck somewhere near the front, bringing it all the way behind, and the puck is behind Reimer. He's just trying to flail around and get to it. And it ends up being sort of a gift goal for the Bruins. They'll take them any way they come here. And the interesting thing is that was on a delayed penalty too, so the Bruins would have had a power play to work with, but they'll take a goal as it's Milan Lucic into the zone, bringing it in on Reimer. Now it appears that he's a little shaky. Boston is offside there. The puck traveling along the point, going off the line a bit. A real newcomer for Toronto's James Van Riemsdyk, coming from Philadelphia in a trade that involved their defenseman Shen, as Philadelphia looked to bolster their defensive attack. As it is, man with the puck, saved by Rask. Tuukka Rask down low for that glove save. There's Nikolai Kulemin on the shot. A lot of snipers on this Toronto team, although they've been struggling as of late. They have the offense to stick with it. They can't be counted out here as the drive was blocked down low. It skitters aside. Bergeron can't handle it. Toronto's back with it. To the point, shot in on Rask was saved, and he had to flail around. Had no idea where the rebound was going. He didn't want to end up like what happened to James Reimer at the other end, where it went into his net as Brad Marchand lost the puck there, and Toronto dumps it in. Aaron Johnson with it now. He gets it taken away from him. The shot was in on Rask. Still down low, poked away into the side. Boston able to take it out, and into the Toronto zone goes Marchand. Marchand holds, gets it back to the point. Into the slot. The shot was saved by Reimer. The backhander came right through in the slot. And now it's Toronto turning it into quick offense here. A good move put on, but Boychuk able to stay with it and knock him off the puck. And he's going to start a rush of his own here. Brings it up to Horton. Horton in front of Reimer. Shot! With Reimer able to make the save. Back to the point. Drive goal! Tipped in by Nathan Horton. And the Boston Bruins take the 2-1 lead. The drive came from the point here, from Dennis Seidenberg, and you can hear it deflected right off of Nathan Horton's stick. Just a beautiful tip deflection. And this game has offense written all over it, as that's now 3 scored in the period. And something we said before, the Bruins attack needed to be here tonight with speed, and they are taking it to Reimer right now. A move put on, Seidenberg able to jam up the play here, and this puck goes all the way to the other end. It's Paille to chase. He's got it in front. Paille's shot was saved by Reimer. Bruins still with the puck here. Toronto able to jar it away, although Char was able to put a body on. Bruins will be whistled offside. Fast pace, fast tempo to this game, and it's something you needed to see from the Bruins offense here. After being shut out in Montreal in a game that was sort of deceiving. It was really just a 1-0 game the whole time. It ended up in 2 empty netters, ending up being 3-0, but still, if you're Boston and you're this offense that was shut out, it feels good to come out here with 2 quick goals. However, looking at the shaky Reimer here, they're really attacking with speed, bringing it down low, and setting up some plays from the point with deflections, and got a mixed bag from this offense is what you want to see. Toronto able to bring it in. Shot was saved by Rask. In down front on the slot area, and Rask was able to make the high blocker save. As it's Kelly to chip it in, Thornton to chase. He has Dion Phaneuf back. He retrieves. Phaneuf still has it. He's going to dump it around to his defensive parent mate, but it's turned over here. Shot in on Reimer was saved to the side, and that'll end the period. A fast-paced first period here by both teams, as an offensive lull by the Bruins, so far at least, has looked to be mitigated by a quick 2-goal first period. Looking the counter ways of the offense of Toronto, however, they feel good going into the end of the period 2-1.
Hi everyone, Matt here, and this is my horse, Bessie, and this is a personal appeal from me. Each year, thousands of horses die from neglect, and it is our job to try and save them. Look how much fun you can have with a horse. Please, act now and save a horse.
So a bit of a shaky period for both netminders here. Although Rask getting the benefit a little bit more here as he works with a 1-goal lead, and the Boston offense has come alive tonight, and we'll see what it looks like for the next 2 periods. as no doubt the defense will have to tighten up against this Toronto team that have been able to freewheel just as much as the Bruins have been able to. A lot of open ice action here as Seidenberg feeds it up to Brad Marchand, who loses the puck there, and now it's Dion Phaneuf into the zone. Leaves it for Kessel. The shot was saved by Rask. Bruins fans no stranger to Phil Kessel. Another drive, and Rask was able to save it to the side there, and now the puck's being fought for. Chara is able to come away with it and start the breakout here. And it's Marchand again into the zone. He's going to hold him, wait, loses the puck there, and Toronto able to turn over quick offense here. We have a breakaway chance here on Rask, and it gets broken up by a beautiful defensive play there. Not a true breakaway as Boston defense able to recover there a bit and make a nice stick check and take the puck right away. The freewheeling continues tonight as Toronto is able to win the faceoff and dump it into the zone. Aaron Johnson to retrieve, passing it between him and Horton. They do break out in a long lead pass up the sideboards here to Milan Lucic back in front. The shot by Horton was stonewalled by Reimer. Not a lot of room to move here as Toronto dumps it into the zone, but they're already offside. And now we've got a little bit of shoving action here. No one going for roughing calls, but after the offside, it was a shot taken in on Rask that Lucic didn't like in particular and had a word with. Bruins able to win the faceoff here, bringing it in the Toronto zone. It's Paille with it, getting worked on, but still keeping possession. He's tied up at the end boards. Shot came in on Reimer on a bad angle, and he's able to cover up, and we know what he's like there. Bruins able to shoot from any angle, really. One goal came in pretty fluky, and a call we've made earlier in the year, in the season, on one of the flukier goals you'll see, and it happened with Brad Marchand. With Reimer being as shaky as he is. Kelly with a big hit and able to maintain possession of the puck. Gets to his point man. Ferentz the drive, and Reimer with the save. Thornton was taken down completely and had no chance to play the puck after the rebound was given. Toronto able to bring it into the Bruins zone here. The shot was blocked. It still came in on Rask. Quick out of the glove it goes, and it's Nathan Horton with it now. Excuse me, Jordan Caron. Getting it tied up. The puck was loose out in front of the slot, but Toronto's able to get it back. And a long lead pass into the Bruins zone. Goes Toronto. Coming in here. The shot saved by Rask. Tuukka Rask standing tall and making the save. Another shot on Rask is saved and squeezed between his pads. Off a puck that was bounced off a skate. And the shot came in quick, but he was ready for it. Nice save here. Able to stand tall and cover away any angle, as Tuukka Rask is going to be moving around a lot tonight, as if he hasn't already. Seidenberg able to take the puck, but it's turned over here. Phaneuf, the shot was blocked by Rich Peverly, who now has the puck, leaving it back for Ferentz. Turned over, though, again. Bruins looking sloppy in the zone. Shot was broken stick. Lucky there. Tuukka Rask was in position, but you never know where that shot would have went as the stick was broken. And it's Rich Peverly with the puck again, taking it into the Toronto zone. Knocked off the puck here. Campbell trying to work at it. Toronto able to recover and get it back and breaking it out. And it's into the Bruins zone here. It's Kadri again. Shot! It was off the crossbar. I think Rask might have made the initial save. Another shot in on Rask was turned aside. This has been a fast-paced game here. Into the zone goes Paille. The shot on Reimer was saved out of the glove. He's going to get a whistle. All lines working at feverish paces here on both sides. Up and down they go. As we look back at the broken stick off of a shot that came right in front of Rask in the slot. Not a lot put on it. as if you're looking for a right place and a right time for a stick to break, I don't think you can find a better one there. Tied up on the face-off drive with shot, score! Brad Marchand nets it, his second of the game, off of a block shot from Johnny Boychuk. Great offensive awareness there by Brad Marchand to look down low, find the puck, and he just puts everything on this one, somehow able to just wrist it right through everything. Reimer has no chance, that close down low. Top shelf, Bruins take the 3-1 lead, and this is going to go into the third period with a 2-goal lead for the Boston Bruins, a position that they have not been familiar with this month, and they have to feel good now being in it. Some spectacular saves on both ends. James Reimer still able to keep the Leafs in it, but the Bruins getting this late period goal, putting them in the driver's seat, up 3-1. Marchand, his second of the game, and we will be back. Wes, honey, can you get the banana peppers out of the fridge? Oh no, it happened again, didn't it? We are back to start the third period here as Boston has been able to have some sort of mini explosion of offense through the first two periods. It's what it seems like. Most people look at a 3-1 game and say that's an average game, but with the way the Bruins offense has been performing, this has certainly been a night where the guns have been blazing and they have looked great. Chara bringing it in the zone. The shot was saved by Reimer. A big drive by Zdeno Chara just outside of the high slot. Reimer was able to see that one all the way through and snatch it right out of the air. A great save by James Reimer, and to his credit, he's had a number of them tonight. And it would have been a closer game. Still is close, had it not been for that late period goal last one. As Toronto, though, is able to bring it in the Bruins zone. Shot in on Rask was saved. Rebound kicks way out to the point. Shot from the point here, saved by Rask. Rebound cleaned up by the Bruins. Able to get it out of their zone and into the neutral zone. Bruins no stranger to some turnovers tonight. Lucic is able to bring it in the zone, though, here. Shot in was saved by Reimer. Back to Lucic. The shot saved by Reimer. Rebound, score! Nathan Horton with the goal. And the floodgates have opened in this one. Nathan Horton in on the rebound after a drive by Lucic low on James Reimer. Leaves him hung out to dry, and his defense nowhere to be found. Nathan Horton. It's also great to see him back, and it's his second of the game as well, as him and Brad Marchand have netted, between the both of them, 4 Bruins goals. Shot in on Rask was saved. And the Bruins able to get this rebound here. Toronto's forechecking more prevalent here as they're now looking at a 3-goal deficit. Into the zone goes Boston again. Knocked off the puck was Tyler Seguin. And Toronto's able to start the breakout. Phil Kessel into the zone here. Gives it to his point man. The shot saved by Rask. Rebound was picked up by Chara. And it's Chara into the zone. Another drive, score by Zdeno Chara. Zdeno Chara lights the lamp for the 5th time. And the Bruins are indeed exploding. We haven't seen this happen at all this month, and this late in the month, it appeared to be a problem. Not I, says the captain. He extends this lead to a 4-goal deficit for Toronto, and 5 put on by the Bruins in this one, with midway left to go in this period. with as comfortable as Chara is in that outside of the slot slapper, goes straight in on James Reimer, and he doesn't have a lot to do with that. Shot in on Rask is snagged out of the air, and he's going to get a whistle. Tough night for James Reimer, and we'll rack up all the replays here. Only so much you can do with what defense you're given, and in a lot of areas he's able to make the initial save, but his defense not able to clear out areas. In this one, by Chara, actually going in between the legs of Dion Phaneuf. You can blame parts of that on the defense, parts of it on the goaltending. When you let up a goal, it's the team's fault, not the goaltender's fault, more cases than not. As the Bruins are just able to explode. Toronto still able to stay in this game. Shot in on Rask was wide. Puck coming out in front here. And the Bruins able to work with it. Toronto won't go down lightly, though. Of course, they're going to keep playing, even if it is a 4-goal deficit. Shot in front was blocked aside. And you can expect it maybe to get a little chippy as it did before. As it's Van Riemsdyk into the zone here. Passes out in front, but it's broken up. And it's Milan Lucic into the zone. The pass taken from Krejci. Lucic still with it. Bringing it in for the slot. The shot with Claude. As Toronto is able to dump it into the Bruins zone. A little over 2.5 to play left here. Toronto keeping it. Shot was blocked aside. Boston able to retain possession of the rebound. Something they've been able to do effectively all night is cleaning up those rebounds. They haven't played perfect defense, but they played it in key areas where it matters most. And they've at least limited the turnovers as Campbell chips it in with less than a minute left to play in this one. Paille to chase back. Peverly on the offset. Toronto able to bring it out and dump it into the Bruins zone. Ferentz back to chase. He kicks it aside over to McQuaid, who eventually gets it and gets it to Paille. Now Paille into the Toronto zone with speed. Attacking with speed behind the net. He's stalled up a bit with no real help. Still shielding and jamming at the puck. Toronto able to get away with it. And bringing it in the neutral zone. Kessel with the shot was blocked aside by Rask. Kessel in front of Rask. Poke check, Rask save! Another shot goes wide by Phil Kessel. The puck's loose, but that's the end of it. And the Boston Bruins ignite Toronto and take this one 5-1. Something they desperately needed to show that they still had the offensive capabilities that teams around the league will have to take note of. And if you want to play like you're the second team to beat in the Eastern Conference statistics-wise and points-wise, and you are the leaders, the cream of the crop in the Northeast Division, well, this is how you do it. This is how you answer some losing game skids and a bad loss in Montreal. 5-1, Boston's winning. As we take a look at the stat line here to end this game out, what a wild one we had tonight. Toronto actually outshot the Bruins, but the actual scoring chances that the Bruins had against Toronto were definitely a handful above and beyond of what Toronto was able to produce. No penalties this game, which is something to sort of marvel at. There was a delay penalty call, but Brad Marchand was able to score the one fluky goal that just sort of led into the massive onslaught that was able to continue onward against Toronto, and a statement victory for sure. They'll be leaving shortly on their way to New York, as they'll be playing the team that beat them just over a week ago, 4-3, in a game that will lead to a long break up into the All-Star game. And this month of January can look a lot better if they start putting up some wins towards the end of it. Until Tuesday night or tomorrow night, This has been Nat Nobre, your broadcaster of the Boston Bruins on the TCTV Live community, your home of all Boston Bruins action. TCTV, your home. And we will be seeing you tomorrow night in New York